Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. I am Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer, practicing law throughout the United States, out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. Today is April 11th. It's the 21st birthday of my eldest son, my firstborn, Ismail Hacking. Turned 21 today out in San Diego, California. We're very happy for him. It's an auspicious day. It's a beautiful day here in St. Louis. I hope it's all nice for you. This is episode number 350 of the Immigration Answer Show. Doing the show a little bit early today. Got to do some blood work later on today. So I'm spending my day with you. This is I think the 18th or 19th day of Ramadan, which means it's the 19th show in a row we've done. We've done one every day in the month of Ramadan, and happy to do it. But we are at 350, so that's pretty good. That's pretty exciting. The waiting room is already full. How about that? So we're going to have to get to some calls pretty quickly so that I can move people along. Thanks, everybody, for the birthday wishes for Ismail. Let us know where you're watching from. If you haven't introduced yourself before, please do. Everybody loves to hear from you, to know where you're watching from, to know what's going on in your world. I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to talk to Luca. Hi, Luca.
Hi, Jim. I wanted to thank you so much for having this show. I think it's great, and it's very helpful.
Great.
And it's awesome. So tomorrow I have my N400 interview in Detroit. So I'm in Michigan. And I had a question about the oath ceremony. Somebody told me that sometimes they have it on the same day. And I wanted to know, do I have to bring something in case there's an oath ceremony the same day, like a photograph or something like that?
No. I think Detroit does do same day interviews or same day ceremonies. Are you changing your name?
No.
Yeah, so that's makes it more likely that you'll have it. No, you wouldn't need anything. Just if you want to take pictures and stuff, you want to look nice, dress up a little bit, but that should be it.
Okay. So they'll take pictures over there.
Well, yeah, you can take pictures. There's usually the Detroit office is nice. There's a place there where you can take pictures, and they'll take your green card. So obviously bring that. But
that brings me.
You won't need it anymore.
I might have to travel to go to Italy. How does that work if they take my green card away? Do they give me like some kind of temporary pass?
No, you're gonna have to hot foot it to get your U.S. passport. So hopefully you're not traveling anytime soon, because you're gonna need that U.S. passport. So you might have to expedite it or whatever. I don't know when your travel is scheduled, but that's a tricky time between when you naturalize and when you get your U.S. passport, because you're not supposed to travel on your old passport.
And they'll. I do have an Italian passport also, so maybe I can use that and come back as a tourist and then get my.
You can't do that. That'll get you in trouble.
Okay.
That's my point.
And from the moment I do the oath ceremony, I'm eligible for passport, or there's some time that needs.
Here in St. Louis, they don't have same day. They have ceremonies at the courthouse. They'll register you to vote, but then you have to go to the State Department website and file for the passport. You might want to start working on that ahead of time, just so you're ready to file it as soon as you get your naturalization certificate.
Oh, sounds good. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good luck, Luca. Good luck. Hopefully it all goes well tomorrow.
I do.
See you, buddy. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Matt. Matt's here. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. It's my first time on the show. I've been watching for a while.
Awesome.
I have a specific case here. I don't know if it's specific or not, but I'm a U.S. citizen, and I applied for K1, K2 for my fiance. The USCIS approved my case after 15 months, and 15 and a half, in fact. And then my fiance has 3 children. One of them was 20 years old when we applied. And then when we got the approval, she was over 21.
Mm-hmm.
She turned over 21. So now the file is gone to the National Visa Center. We didn't hear from them yet. It's been 4 weeks. My question is, what to do with the oldest child? Would they like automatically reject her, or send in one application missing, or how would that work from here? And is there a way we can go back and say, because of the length of time, that's why we are here, and we couldn't bring her in?
How old was she on the day that you filed, on the receipt date? How old was she on that day?
20 and a month.
Yeah, so we would have to look at everything to see. She might have aged out. She might not have. There's a thing called the Child Status Protection Act that sort of can freeze the birth dates for certain people, depending on how long USCIS is processing the case. I would say, I know that for the children of green of you if you had done a marriage-based case and filed for them, they would have been fine. I actually haven't done a CSPA for a 20-year-old child of a fiance in a long time. I could look at the math if you want to send me the receipt date and her date of birth and when the date and the approval notice. I would look it over and tell you whether I think they aged out or not. But they would issue visas for everybody but her, and then she would need some other way to come. Her case would be over if she aged out.
I see. So if I send the information, would you be able to tell if there's a chance in a short time?
Yeah, it would just take me a day or two. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I will send that along. If not, if it didn't work out, will give me like another course of what's best for her to come here, like on a student visa to be with her siblings and mom, or like what way?
Well, they won't want to let her do that. She could try that, but that probably won't work because she's previously filed for a fiance case through her parent. I think most likely what would have to happen is we'd have to wait for your new spouse to get their green card and then file for her, and then it would be like a 7 or 8 year wait. You could try a student visa, but I don't think they're going to give it to her if they think the whole rest of the family is already coming to the United States to get green cards.
It's unfortunate. All right, so thank you. I will. So I'll email it. I'll email all the information to the info right at hacking.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Matt. See you, bud.
Thanks.
All right, Ellie's up next. Hi, Ellie.
Oh, yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How are you doing?
Oh, yes, fine. Yes, I put one of the questions in the chat.
Yeah, I don't really read the chat while I'm talking.
Okay. Oh, anyway, so I wanted to know, like, I'm on SSDI, but I have a trust fund that gives me extra income from dividends and interest, and my SSI is the amount for, I'm a U.S. citizen, the amount for my fiance. I wanted to know, like, how the immigration office looks at, having trust funds that give you income. I've had it since 17.
You file a tax return every year?
Yes.
What was the adjusted gross income on your tax return last year?
40,000.
And
I mean, 40,000 going up. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Do you have dependents or just you?
No, just me. No dependent.
Would your adjusted gross income for each of the last 3 years be about the same? So around 40,000 each year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah.
You should be fine.
Oh, okay.
You're just gonna have to prove it up. So you're gonna need to submit your
I have
tax
all the
returns.
paperwork.
Yeah.
Yes. And also my dividend. And then the other question I had that with overstay, my fiance overstayed. Does that automatically trigger you the need for a hardship?
You're a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen.
They came on a visa?
Yes, they did. He entered
go back
properly.
Yeah, no, then you don't need to do all that hardship stuff. That's only if they
Oh,
entered
great.
without inspection.
Okay, great. No, he didn't inspect. Okay, that was it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, Ellie. All right. Let's see. Sleeping Dog is back. What's up, Sleeping Dog? You're on mute. You're on mute, Sleeping Dog. You're on mute, my friend. Hello. You're on mute. Nope. All right. Well, we can't hear old Sleeping Dog. We'll have to come back. Let's say hi to Ivan. Hello, Ivan.
Oh, hi, Jim. How are you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing? What's new?
Well, I just had some free time. I decided to check in with you. We have this perpetual darkness over, so it's getting sunnier and warmer. So it's becoming nicer outside.
Nice. What time is sunrise and what time is sunset?
Oh, the sunrise is I think it's about 7 or 8, and then sunset is past 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yesterday it was 8:30, so it's really unusual how it all develops. But I think everybody's feeling happier these days. So
Well, what's going on with your case?
yeah. So they got back to us. So they sent me an email on the 1st of April saying that they want me to repeat the medical exam and return the passport for the visa stamping. So I did my medical today, and I also sent my passport to them today. And it will take around 4 to 5 days for the panel physician to transfer the results to the embassy.
Great.
And then however many days it takes for them to print the visa. Yeah, that's the up. But I'm very happy that it is finally moving forward.
That's great. Did you have a question for me? I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I had a question. One question is with the endorsed I-551 stamp. So that one, can you go to the driver's license and present that as evidence of permanent residency?
Depends on the state. They usually want you to wait till you get your green card.
Oh, okay. But in the meantime, I can drive with my EU license, right?
That's what people do. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also for the employer, they asked me for the evidence of permanent residency. So that one is also valid in principle, right? They cannot object to that, I would say.
Well, people can object to whatever they want, but it is proof of valid status. So you might need to do some education with them. But a lot of employers want to wait till you get the actual green card.
Okay. They didn't say that they need this plastic card copy specifically. So I assume they could process the I-551 visa.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see how it goes. I will let you know with the rest what happens. But
awesome.
So
Thanks,
far,
Ivan. Let us know when you
working.
Let us know when you get here. Okay.
All right. Yes, and thanks a lot for your continuous help.
You got it, buddy. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Okay, bye. All right, let's say hi to Rahul. Hi, Rahul. Rahul, can you hear me?
Hello, Jim.
Rahul. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. I can't really hear you, but go ahead.
Yeah, I have one quick question. How busy is the Detroit field office? Any idea?
I think it's like an average one. I wouldn't say it's overly busy or overly fast. It's just like average.
Oh, okay. They asked me for. Okay, just wanted to check. Okay, that's all.
All right. See you, Rahul.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say hi to Jean-Luc. Hi, Jean-Luc.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How you doing?
Perfect. I'm good. Hope you're good. Happy birthday to your son.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you again for being so awesome and helping everyone out.
Sure.
2 questions. Firstly, my wife is in the process of getting her green card. She got her workers permit. She got her social. And we're just kind of waiting to hear back regarding the green card. In December, she did get her request for information to get the medical. We have it done, and they said that we should wait for them to tell us when to send it to them. Regarding that medical, we should just keep waiting, or should we try to contact them?
Yeah, I would just sit tight.
Yeah, okay. No problem. And next question. So now that you know her process, her sister is applying for a US visa, a tourist visa. And my sister's asking her sister's asked if she could use our address in the application process. And we just want to know if it caused any red flags.
Well, here's the big question about that. So when you married your wife, what kind of a visa was she on?
So she was on a tourist visa, then we changed adjustment of status.
Right. So when tourists come to America and then get married, I I think it makes it almost impossible for their sisters to get a tourist visa because they think they're going to come do the same thing. So she can apply. I mean, most visit visas are denied, so she can apply, but I don't think she needs to get her hopes up because it's probably going to get denied. As far as using your address, that's not a big deal.
That's not a big deal.
The whole thing is, can she prove that she's going to go back at the end of the visit? And since her sister didn't, then they're not going to believe her.
Oh, well, she has a whole family, and she's an ambassador to her country.
Oh, well, so that'll help, and she probably has some political juice going into the U.S. embassy. So certainly worth a shot. But yeah, using your address, that's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. Perfect. Just wanted to think. But thank you so much again.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Awesome.
See you, man. Thanks. All right, let's head to Zafar. Hi, Zafar.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. You're not driving, are you?
No, I'm not driving. I'm on the passenger seat.
I can barely hear you. If you could talk louder, that'd be great.
Can you hear me better now?
That's much better. Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So first of all, Ramadan Kareem. Hopefully, it's going good for you.
Going great. Going great. Thanks so much. This is the best Ramadan I've had since COVID in 2020.
Yeah. At least we are also going to the mosque, so it's good to interact with people, and it's nice that way.
Okay, good.
So,
go for it. What's up?
Yeah. So the question I have is that I'm a U.S. citizen, and last year March I filed I-130 petition for my wife, who lives in Turkey. Today we got approval for I-130, and my wife last week she came on a visitor visa she entered the US. They had a couple of questions at the entry, but they allowed her in, and now we're trying to explore the option to transfer the case from NVC consular processing to USCIS adjustment of status. So I was wanting to ask if it's advisable and if it can be done and how it can be done.
So these are my favorite kind of cases. But first, tell me about the questions that they asked her at the border.
They asked because she came last year also, and she stayed for 5 months. And this time they asked that you stayed 5 months, and are you living here or are you visiting here? And to that she said that she's visiting. And then they asked about me, that where I work, what I do, and if there is a petition on file. And to that she answered everything, that yes, there is a petition on file, and we are waiting for an answer. And at that time, like now, even still now, she have a return ticket for 3 months, and that's what she mentioned, that she have a return ticket for 3 months. They didn't look at it, but they asked about it.
Okay, so that's great. So she told the truth. They knew she's married to a U.S. citizen, right? You're a U.S. citizen?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I would say is after 60 days, I would file a 485.
Okay, but the thing that we received from USCIS, it says that NVC will be sending like a welcome package or something in 45 days. So
you might have to file an I-824, but you might not. So I would wait 60 days. I wouldn't do anything, and then after 60 days, I'd write a letter to USCIS, and I would file a 485, a 765, and a 131. I would adjust her here.
Okay. All right. Okay. And what's the like the expected processing time? I mean,
Where do you live?
Get the interview here, or
where do you live?
Live in is Hialeah Service Center in near Miami, Florida, South Florida.
So probably a year and a half. And they're tough in Florida. So, she might get her reentry. She might get her travel document in a couple months, but they're tough down in Florida. You probably need, if you're going to do this, you probably need a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay.
Because even though she told the truth, they're going to act like she lied when she came through.
Okay, and that will be the change of status, right?
That's for the change of status. Yeah, adjustment of status. Yep.
Okay, all right. I had one more question. Now it's not in my mind. I wrote it down.
Probably because you're fasting.
Yeah, no, it's almost like how much time left? Yeah, still 6 hours to go, 6.5 hours to go. So
All right,
yeah, I
buddy.
think
Well,
that's
if
all,
you
that was
think of
it.
it, just let us know if you got the question. All right. Bye, Zafar. Good luck.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. All right, Brett's here. We got everyone in the car today. What's up, Brett?
I have a question about the priority dates.
Okay.
We were current for so long that I never really watched it, so I was kind of immune. Like I didn't know how it worked exactly. So we applied May the 3rd, 2021. Our I-140 was approved in February of 2022.
Is this EB2?
And now February of 2023. So now I see everything retrogressed.
Yep.
So what date is it actually based on? Like, it's the May 2nd, 2021.
It's the receipt date on the I-140. Yep.
And so now if it's showing, I think it's like the new date for the EB2s is like July the 1st, something like that.
Of the same year?
Of 2022. So we have to wait till July before they'll start processing again, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, they won't be able to issue a green card until that number becomes current, until that date becomes current. The your date equals that date.
Okay. Will they still continue on? Like, it's at the National Benefits Center now. Will they still RFE it and like take medicals and things like that? Like, will they still keep working on it, or do they not touch it until that date?
It's hard to say.
Okay.
Because this is new to them too. They haven't lived in this world for a couple of years now, so I think that they're probably just going to sit on it, knowing that.
Okay. Yeah, probably. We were current for like years and years, and then all of a sudden, I guess this first popped up in December, and then the dates have moved around. It went to November, and then in April it went to July, I think, something like that.
Yep.
Okay, I heard people talking about it, but I didn't fully understand it because we're from Canada and it was current forever.
I'm going to do a training on the visa bulletin. We're working on it here in the firm, and once I do it here for everybody at the firm, then I'm just going to redo it on the show, and probably in a week or two.
Okay, that'll be great. So I guess it's like 4 months. It moved 4 months ahead, I think, something like that.
Thanks, Brett. See you, buddy.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye. All right, Jay's here. Hi, Jay.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. I have a quick question.
Go
Yes,
for it.
you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Yes, sir. I have a quick question, sir. I applied for asylum in 2015, and I'm still waiting for my interview. So, I mean, it's like a long time. And the thing is, actually, I want to meet my parents, right? Because it's a long time. My father got a brain hemorrhage like 6 months ago, and they apply like a visit visa like 5-6 times. They just want to try to meet here with me, with my kids, because my kids, they born here. So when we came here, we don't have a kids. So when we stay here, we have like 3 kids. They want to meet my kids, and I send all the documents. Like, I have a business here. I send all the tax returns. I work here, but I'm waiting for my interview. But we tell truth. I'm here in asylum. We here for so he's pending case. But the thing is, visa officer didn't approve my parents' visit visa. I mean, they are 70s right now. So what's your recommendation? They have again interview on 19 this month. So you think so they can get the visa, or what's your recommendation?
I don't think they're going to give your parents a visa.
Okay.
I'm sorry about your dad's health condition, but they do this all the time. This isn't a surprise. They think that he's just going to come here and apply for asylum like you did, so they're not going to give it to him.
Okay. So, sir, what is the best option so I can get my interview early, because I'm still waiting from 2015?
So here's what we say about that. So, obviously your case is 8 years old now, right? So I can get you an interview. There's no doubt if I sued them tomorrow, I can get you an interview. But for asylum cases, we do things a little bit differently. We say, Jay, your case is 8 years old. It needs to be updated. Different things have happened in your life. You've got 3 kids. Different things have happened back in your home country. We need to research all that. And so what we do for asylum cases is we say, Jay, you should hire us to make your case better, to make your case fresher, to make your case stronger. And then once you feel like and we feel like it's ready to go, then we file a lawsuit, because you're going to get an interview in about 6 weeks. And so we want you to be ready to go to the interview. We don't want to file the lawsuit and then scramble to make the case stronger. We want to get it all strong before we sue them. And so if I can get you an interview, I can get you an interview in less than 3 months. But the question is, can we win the case? So we got to make the case better, then we sue them.
Oh, okay. So where I can contact to you? So I'm living in Texas. So did I have to move other state, or how it's gonna be work?
No, we immigration's federal, so we file lawsuits all the time. We file lawsuits, especially in Dallas and Houston. So your case would be in the Houston asylum office. So we would just sue them in the Southern District of Texas. You don't have to move anywhere. But we would, like I said, we'd want to get the case ready first. So the important thing is just go ahead and email us, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. It's right there, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Okay.
And say, hey, my name's Jay. I was on the show. I got an asylum case that's been pending since 2015, and I need to get some movement on it so that I can go see my parents.
Oh, okay. And just one more question.
Sure.
What about the travel document? Can I apply a travel document? What's your recommendation?
My position is that nobody whose asylum case is pending should leave the United States.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye, Jay. Sorry you're going through this, bud. See ya.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye. Rachel has a question. What's the process for suing for delay? Thanks, Uli. I was just going to get to that. So, okay. So in law school, we had to take constitutional law. And constitutional law is it's broken up into 2 parts, con law 1, con law 2. Con law 1 is sort of the old establishment of the government, the judges, the 3 branches of government, all that stuff. And one of the cases we studied was a case called Marbury versus Madison. James Madison was the Secretary of State. Marbury had some commission that he was supposed to get, and they wouldn't give it to him, or maybe Madison was supposed to get the commission, and there was a lawsuit under an old British doctrine called the writ of Mandamus. The writ of Mandamus allows a individual in the United States to go into court and ask a federal judge, to compel the government to do something that they are legally obligated to do. So in our position, it's like in that case for Jay's been waiting for asylum for 8 years. And the government should have decided his asylum case 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever you want to say, but 8 years is way too long. So we filed this lawsuit, and it includes count 1 is for a writ of mandamus, and that is, hey, judge, and these are federal judges who are appointed for life. They're not beholden to Biden. They're not beholden to Trump. They can't be removed from office unless they're criminals, and they have a whole lot of power. So we file this writ of mandamus, and we say, hey, judge, USCIS and the asylum office are a bunch of bums. They're not working on Jay's case. You should issue an order compelling them to do that. And then when I took the bar, I also studied the Administrative Procedures Act, administrative law. So there's a law called the Administrative Procedures Act, which governs all federal agencies. And one section of the Administrative Procedures Act says that if an agency has a matter before it, that they have to decide it within a reasonable amount of time. So the IRS, the Department of Transportation, the Department of State, the Department of the Interior, any federal agency, they have to decide a case. They can approve a case, they can deny a case, but they can't sit on a case forever. So the Administrative Procedures Act, the APA, says that if an agency has not acted on a case like Jay's in 8 years, then a federal judge can order them to do it. Well, I think most people know, Jay might not know this, but there's this trench of cases from 2015 to 2018 after Trump came into office, where they said, we're not going to worry about these older cases. We're going to work on these newer cases. So there are a ton of asylum cases from 2015, 16, and 17 that have been pending forever. And so if I file a federal lawsuit for Jay in Houston, a federal judge is going to say, what the hell, USCIS, 8 years? That's not reasonable. Like, no one's going to fight me on that business. No one's going to say, Jay should keep waiting because we got a lot of work to do and we're really busy. They're not going to do that on a case that's been pending for 8 years. They don't want to have that conversation. They don't want to say that to the judge. So if Jay hires me and I file a lawsuit, well, if Jay hires me and we make his asylum case better, that takes us like a month. So now Jay's ready to go for his interview. His case is as strong as it's ever been. Then we file a lawsuit. And my man Finn down the hall, he'll mail a copy of the lawsuit to everybody, right? So Finn's in charge of mailing. And Finn, maybe we should have Finn on the show because he's a real character. Finn takes all the lawsuits and he goes down to the post office and he mails them off. We sue the USCIS, we sue the asylum office, we sue Homeland Security, everybody down in Houston. We say, Judge, my man Jay's been waiting way too long for his asylum case. He wants to get a decision. Will you order USCIS to decide it? Well, Jay doesn't have to go to court. I don't go to court. Nobody goes to court because USCIS doesn't want the judge looking at Jay's case. They just want to decide it. So then they call me up and they say, hey, Jim, we want to get Jay in here on an interview. We want to figure out what his case is. Will you pause the lawsuit while we finish up Jay's case? And of course, all Jay wants is a damn interview and a decision. So Jay's happy. So we say, yeah, sure. We'll postpone the lawsuit for a month while you guys schedule him for an interview. And then we would go to the interview with them, hopefully get it approved. And then we dismiss the case. Right. So that's how lawsuits work. That's what a writ of mandamus is. And so there's two counts, the writ of mandamus and the Administrative Procedures Act. Those are the two ways that you get into federal court. And it's basically that the government's taking too long. A federal judge can order them to do it. And a lot of people are scared of that. A lot of people come from countries where if you sue the government or try to say the government's not doing their job right, you get in big trouble. Well, in America, you have the right to go into court. And I know it sounds intimidating. I know it sounds scary. I've done it 1,600 times. Our firm has done it 1,600 times. It's our favorite thing to do. We get to help people like Jay who can't go see their mother, can't go see their father, can't get any kind of decision on their asylum case, even though they've done everything they can. And we get a decision in about 2 or 3 months. Now, it's no guarantee the case is going to be approved, but I can pretty much assure you that we'll get the case decided. I don't know what the case is. And like I said, we'd want to look at the case and make it stronger before we even filed anyway. So that's how that all works. All right, everybody. So we're at the halfway mark on the show. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, what's going on in your world. Let us know. Rocio says, wouldn't it be cool if we could have a USCIS Tier 2 officer on the show? That would be cool. I shot some new videos today. One, like I said, is on the decision by USCIS to allow people to change their gender on their immigration history, and without having to prove documentation like medical documentation. They're making it much easier. They're also going to have a new box that's not male or female. It'll be some other kind of box that will allow people to write in what they want as far as their gender. And then the other video I did, because we're getting so many questions yesterday, Sunday, Friday, I got questions about, hey, Jim, my I-130 has been approved, but my I-485 has not. I think that's a real sign of problems in a case. I think that if your I-130 has been approved, but your I-45 hasn't, and we let a reasonable amount of time to account for any kind of request for evidence or anything that happened at the interview that they asked for. I think if you go a long time with an approved I-130, but not an approved 45, to me, that tells you something's up. So that tells me something is up. Rachel says, are there precedents which stipulate reasonable time? They've got everything they need, haven't received EAD or advanced parole, waiting 1 year, expedited the EAD a month ago. I'm in Colorado, Houston field office. So I'm not a big believer in expedites. I don't think they really work all that well. On a lawsuit for advanced parole or a work card, we're suing at the 6-month mark. It's expensive. It's $5,202, but they don't really fight us over work cards and travel docs. So if that's all you're talking about, that's something that I think we can all agree is something that they should be able to do relatively quickly. All right, let's get back to the calls. Again, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And everybody misses Shabazz. Yes, we miss Shabazz. Shabazz usually rolls in later on in the week, and he usually rolls in late in the show, but I'm sure he's watching. I'm sure he's around. I'm thinking about writing a little Well, I'll tell you guys about that later. Let's say hi to Mike. What's up, Mike? You're on mute.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for having me, and happy Ramadan.
Thanks, man. How can I help you?
Yeah, this is about a case of a friend.
Okay, sure.
So he got married to this woman. They filed everything, the I-130, I-485, but they never went for interview.
You mean they had an interview scheduled and they didn't show
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it?
they didn't go. They didn't show for it, so he divorced. So after he
Okay.
divorced, he moved out from the city and moved to another state entirely. So he got married again. They filed everything. So unfortunately, he got an annoyed, not annoyed.
Yeah.
So when he got annoyed, they said his previous marriage was like I think the lady she got married to two people and never got divorced and filed. I think she filed for them, like you said. So never got divorced, but he got divorced from her. So now they denied his case based on the previous marriage, while like his current marriage, everything they said they have no problem with that. Like it got them tons of evidence and everything. So now his case is denied. What can he do?
So where is this person from?
Yeah, he's Nigerian.
And was he in status or out of status when he married wife number one?
I think he was out of status.
And does USCIS think that the wife was just marrying people to apply for immigration benefits, or do they think he just screwed up? And like, how much blame are they putting on him for her not being free to marry?
I don't think they didn't put much blame on him, but I think the blame comes from his previous marriage.
Right. But so, you know, there's people who get divorced and think they're divorced, but they're not really divorced.
Right.
And then there's people who are like out marrying people and filing for immigration benefits left and right. Which is it more close to?
I think maybe the lady was just marrying people. I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that was what she did. Because like it said, like they got like even the previous marriage, like I see it said he divorced because of his like baby daddy issues and everything. Like he never knew. So it was after this new case that he found out she was married to some other people.
So I've had I have a video on this where they beat you up for marriage number one, even though they totally believe marriage number two. So that's a real thing. I'd be happy. How long ago was the denial notice?
He got the notice yesterday.
Oh, I'd be happy to take a look at it if you wanted to have him email it to me. I would like to read it, and then I could give some advice.
Okay. All right.
You got the email?
Yeah, in fact, like I'm a follower. Like,
awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, see ya. All right. There's some funny business going on in the comments. I gotta read up on those. Let's go ahead and say hi to Alexandra. Hi, Alexandra.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you.
How you doing? Yeah,
I'm doing good. I have a couple of questions regarding the I-130. So I'm a Romanian citizen who lives in Austria currently, and I have married my husband in July 2022. So we applied for the we petition on the I-130 in August of 2022, and at the time that we petitioned, it said when we checked the status, 10 months left, and we used to check it all the time. And in March we checked it again. It said 2 months, and then in April, like a week after, they said that they changed it to 6 months. So all of a sudden they added 4 months to our case, and we don't know why this is, because my husband has changed his address He used to live overseas. I live in Austria. He used to live almost this entire time in Germany. And he moved to the US because he saw, oh, you only have 2 months left. So let me go back home and let me arrange, everything for us, buy a house and, settle before you come. So he decided to move. And all of a sudden, after the address change, he tells me that we have 4 months extra added. We don't know if it's because of him or if it's because of general like processing times. If there is an issue, I don't know.
So what's the receipt date?
The receipt date is August 9th of 2022.
And you're still waiting for USCIS to actually approve the I-130.
Exactly. I'm overseas. I'm in Austria still. And, yeah.
Got it. And so, I mean, first of all,
Mhm.
I think your first mistake was believing anything that they say. That's your first mistake.
Yeah.
Right. So
Definitely.
the second thing is stated processing times are BS. Like they just make stuff
Yeah.
up. And even with your case, I wouldn't feel like they added 4 months to your case. Most I-130s for overseas cases, most I-130s in general are taking about a year. So I think, and plus the other thing, Alexandra, is that once USCIS approves it, you're still 6, 8, 9 months away from getting to come. You got to deal with the National Visa Center. You have to get documentally qualified. Then you need the embassy. So your spouse didn't come home 2 months early. Your spouse came home a year early.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's
Okay.
good.
He's
It's
gonna
good
hear
because
that.
it's good though. If he's been living outside the United States, it's good that he went back and reestablished residency, because you're going to need that. You're going to need that later. But if you're thinking that you're soon to follow him, that's not going to happen.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much for the answer to this question.
Sure.
Well, I have another question. So I'm going to tell you our story very short to see
Okay.
if there is any other issue. So we met in 2018. I was on a J1 visa as an au pair back then. And I was in basically my second year. They give you 2 years of, culture exchange. You can work for a family and change to another family in the next year and so on. So I left the program 6 months prior to the expiration of my visa, or how they call it. And yeah, basically I came back. I had an urgency for my, I had to take care of my health. And in between, he moved also to Germany. And after that I applied for a B1 visa, and since then I think I've been to the US like 2 or 3 times. Is it a problem if I have left the J1 the program like prior to the expiration date, or that doesn't affect it?
Do you think anybody said bad things about you to USCIS, or did they just forget about
Oh
it?
no. I left because it was a health condition that I had to take care of, and it was.
No, I think you're fine. I don't think that's going to slow you down.
Okay. And then for the proof for our marriage and everything for the case, obviously we have not been able to live together this entire time. So our additional proof beside the marriage certificate and all that is a lot of like hundreds of photos in different destinations, family photos, flight tickets, like hundreds, and train tickets to and from, Europe, everywhere, you name it. Is that enough? I also have like a military ID card because of him to enter the military bases here in Europe. We also updated this not even a month ago. But in the beginning, we have submitted everything we had, the photos and everything. So do you think this is a case that has high chances to be approved, since we've been together for almost 5 years now?
This sounds like a strong case to me, Alexandra.
Okay. All right.
I think you're in good shape.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jim.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Zafar's back. He must have remembered his question. Hi, Zafar.
Yes, thank you for having me back again. Real quick, as we are not sure which path to follow, but if you think that if we stay with the consular processing, what's the expected time? I mean, with the Ankara embassy, Turkey.
It's one of the busiest. So I mean, I would say a year and a half.
So it's this more or less same as the I-485 doing here.
Yeah, but you're here together in the United States, not separated.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, Sonas.
Bye, buddy. See ya. All right, Kai's here. Hi, Kai. You're on mute, Kai.
Hey, Jim.
There you go. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I went to I-7. I called you like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
About I-730.
Okay.
Like I have an like 10 years old removal order from the BIA.
Okay.
And I went to I-730 interview with my wife like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And officer, he kind of hinted that he approved my I-730, but he did not told me like he approved the application, but he kind of hinted. And it told me that that there is a special rule that if you are an asylee, your prior deportation will be terminated. And he showed me one paper, and he showed me that he gonna send this paper to the judge or BIA, I'm not sure. And yesterday I did receive official approval letter from USCIS. And my question is, should I apply for work permit or asylee status is?
Yeah, you still
Are
need
they
to get.
gonna send me automatically, or should I like fill out the application and send
No,
the
you should fill in an application for a 765. Yep.
And also, there's like new memo out in February 2nd of this year that you don't have to wait 1 year to file for green card, right?
There is a new memo. I would have to look at your dates and everything to look at it, but yeah, that you might not have to wait the full year.
Full.
I'd have
and
to
the memo says basically like you can file for application for green card right after if you get asylee status. So can I file for green card?
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that without looking at everything.
Also, what's your opinion about that? The officers like telling me that he will send some kind of paper that it will vacate my deportation order. Is that like sounds right?
That does not sound right to me.
Sure, we need to reopen the case and terminate it, right, in BIA.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, thank you, Jim.
Bye, Kai. See you, buddy. Let's go to Vivian. Hi, Vivian.
Hi, Vivian. Hi, Jim. So my asylum case was approved in December 2021, and I submitted my I-485 application to the green card 2 months ago. My husband and I got married in November last year in USA, which was after my asylum case was approved. But before we officially get married in the state, he registered me as his domestic partners and in his company's health benefit. And he's now an H-1B visa holder, but his green card application was recently affected by the tech company layoff. So we are looking into filing a marriage-based green card for him based on my asylum approval. But if my husband and I marry after my asylum case, do I have to wait till I receive the green card in my mailbox to file a green card application for him? Or can we start filing a green card application while my I-485 is still pending? That is it. Thank you.
I believe that the only way that you can apply for him is after you have your green card. You're not a green card holder yet, so you can't convey the benefits of being the spouse of a green card holder to him until you're actually receive your green card.
Gosh, thank you so much.
Sure, that was easy. Bye, Vivian.
Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, Etame is here. Etame, can you hear me?
Yes, Jim, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
Well, story of my life, Jim. So, long and short story. I think you and I had spoken a while ago, a long time ago, when we had the other guy. Was it Mike? They call him, yeah, on the show.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Mhm.
So, quick rundown updates. Applied for removal of condition way back in 2020. I got an extension notice for 18 months. Then another extension came in for 24 months. So that takes it to like 2022. So December 2022. Yeah, no, December 2021. No, January 2022. Yes, I did apply for N400. And in December, they called me up for an interview. Now, this is a marriage based issue. And I do remember I told you sometime within a couple of years, sometime in February 2021, USCIS made an error on my case. And they levied some allegations on me, which was not founded. When I mean not founded, it was not true. Alleged of me coming into this country at the wrong time. And that brought a lot of tension in my house and had some issues with my wife. And we decided to go our way. So long and short story, they called me for an N400 without the 745 being approved. So
You applied on the 3-year rule or the 5-year rule?
on the 3-year rule.
Okay, so are you divorced?
No, I'm not.
But you're separated.
Yes, we're separated.
And are you gonna stay separated? You're gonna get divorced? What's the plan?
I mean, I'm gonna get divorced. I mean, it's not there's a lot of history which I don't like to put it out here.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
But here, Jim's gonna announce a new rule. Jim's got a new rule. Are you ready for it?
Yep.
Here it is. If you're applying on the 3-year rule and you get separated from your spouse and you're leaning towards divorce, you should withdraw the N400.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay. So I went for the interview on the 9th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9th of January, I went to the interview, and the lady told me she could not attend to me, that she needed my spouse available. So I'm like, I don't know where she is. She's running the streets. I don't know where she is.
So that is exactly why I say you should withdraw the N400 and not show up to the interview, because when you show up and try to explain where the spouse is, you say dumb stuff like that. Like that was dumb.
Okay.
Because you got to redo your 751. You don't want everybody wants their case to move forward, but do not show up at an N400 interview on the 3-year rule, which involves the marriage, without your spouse. That's an old Jim rule. But sure, don't say dumb things like, I don't know where my wife is. She's running the streets.
I mean, I didn't tell her that though.
Okay.
No.
All right, you had me worried.
No, I did not. So she said she needs my spouse. So I said, okay, I'm going to try to get her. And they sent us another notice. So that was in January 23rd. So
you're not doing this right. I know what you're trying to do, but you're not doing this right. What you need to do is withdraw the N400, ask that your 751 be converted to a 751 without a spouse, or you're just setting yourself up for all kinds of trouble. I mean, do you trust this woman? Do you trust her?
Not anymore.
Yeah. So you gotta stand on your own 2 feet. You need your own 751 without her. You need to wait 5 years for naturalization. You don't want them writing things down that you say about the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
What country are you from?
I'm from Congo.
And what was your immigration status when you married this person?
I was still in status. I was still,
okay.
Yeah. I was still within status.
Yeah.
Okay, so long and short story, I did attend the interview. 2 weeks, sometime in February, the National Visa Center sent me a letter that they called me for an interview, and I refused to show up.
You're talking about for the second interview?
Yes.
So you said you showed up for the second interview, but then you got a letter saying that you didn't show up.
Yes, I did not show up. That I had 30 days to reply. I did respond to them, sending them the location It's in Texas field office with the officer who received me, and I did reply to them. Then few days ago, I got another letter from them giving me 48 months extension.
On the 751. Well, that's just automatic. Well, what's your question for me? Because you're not listening to me. I know you're not going to listen to me.
No,
So
I'm
what do you,
listening. I'm
no,
listening
you're
to
not
you.
going to do. You're not going to do what I said. You want to roll the dice on your naturalization. You want to see what
Nope.
happens.
Nope.
Yep.
You said let me withdraw this
Yep.
N400.
Yep.
And you said what do I do for the 751?
So what I would do is file a new 751, but you have to be divorced to file it. But you're in this no man's land where you have a marriage-based 751 on file, but the marriage is shaky and rocky, and you don't trust your wife anymore, and you're separated, and you need to get divorced. So if I had a magic wand and could make everything I want happen, I would have you divorced from her.
Okay.
I'd have you file a new 751.
Okay.
Based on a good faith marriage, that it was a real marriage, it just didn't work out. I would get a long statement from you explaining your whole relationship history from the day you were born in Congo until today, of all the highs and lows of that relationship. Then I would try to get a statement from her saying, yeah, Eteme is a good dude. It was a real marriage, it just didn't work out. And then I would submit all my marital evidence, and I would treat it as a 751 solo without her. And then when the 5 years come up, 4 years, 9 months for citizenship, I'd apply for citizenship. That's what I would do.
Okay. So if I withdraw that, does it take effect like from the year which I got the actual temporary, or it kicks in from the time I do the withdrawal? That's for the 5-year course.
It's 5 years from the date you became a green card holder.
Okay. All right.
So you're probably getting pretty close. You're probably a year away.
No, I'm like I'm 3 months away to the 5 years.
Yeah. So just get rid of that old one. And I mean, you got to pay another filing fee, but they're about to raise filing fees anyway. So do it sooner rather than later. Withdraw the old one, wait for the receipt, then then wait the 3 months and then file a new one.
Okay. All right.
But more importantly, you got to get divorced and work on the 751, because they can't approve the N400 until the 751 is finished.
Yep. I remember you told me that the last time. Yeah. All right, Jim. Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
All
right. Danny has the quote of the day. He needs a lawyer. You're right, Danny. He needs a lawyer. I would not do that one on my own. All right. Let's say hi to JB. Hi, JB.
Hey, Mr. Jim. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm great. Mr. Jim, I don't really have any question actually, but next week is my interview. So what do you got for me?
Oh, what kind of interview?
Marriage base. I want to leave me and my daughter.
Where, in the embassy or at a field office?
Lagos Embassy, Nigeria.
Oh, so here's what I got for you. Have you ever applied for a visa before to the United States?
Never.
Never, ever, 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 ever.
Never before since I was born.
Not a visit, not a student, nothing.
I've never made attempts before.
Okay, how about marriage? Have you ever been married before this spouse?
No way.
What about the kid's mother?
We've never been married. We just had a relationship, a brief relationship, and it happens,
But not customary marriage, not religious, not government. Nothing.
No, just within the school premises.
What's the mother's idea of the kid going with you to America? Are they cool with that?
She's happy. She's supportive. She's everything.
Do you have proof of that in writing?
Yes. We went to court to make some fact affidavits and.
Awesome.
Due to your, I heard that from one of your, one of your advice. So I've done that.
Great. That's great, JB. Now, tell me about the person in the United States that you married. How did you meet them?
Okay, so we met through. I know her through a friend of mine. She's a colleague when she was in Nigeria. So we worked together. Then she relocated to US back in 2016. So yeah, they worked together at the same office. So that's how we met.
So you have a nice long history together.
Sure, yeah, we do. She has been there twice. I'm different.
Great. So I would say it should be a pretty quick interview. They'll probably focus mostly on your daughter. I would say make sure you have a copy of everything. Okay. Make sure your medical's squared away. They're probably going to ask you all the exact same questions I just asked you, and then it'll probably be pretty quick, 10, 15 minutes, once you're in with the officer.
Great. Thank you. And
Right.
sir, the thing concerning the affidavit, I did that August last year. Hope it won't be too old. For the fact about my the mother of my child and myself.
Oh yeah, they should be okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let us know how it goes after. Okay.
Sure, I will.
All right. Bye, JB. See you, buddy.
Have a nice one, sir.
All right. What a nice guy. What a great way to end. That was JB. JB looks happy. I think that's right. Hopefully everything goes well for JB. Let's say a little prayer for JB and his daughter and his wife in the United States, that the embassy in Lagos does him a solid and gives that man a visa so he can come to the United States, get his green card. JB, I see you still in the waiting room. Don't forget to pay your Ellis fee for you and your daughter after you get your visa. So don't forget that. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. What time, Huli? Tomorrow? I think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, tomorrow's Wednesday. So, I probably don't have something on the calendar. Hold on a second, people. I will decide this on the fly. What time we do tomorrow? Calendar. We will do tomorrow. Let's do tomorrow at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Central. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. Of course, the best way to know. Oh, look at her. Look how fast she is. She's like rocket docket. How about that? So tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, we'll be on, and I'll be answering as many of your immigration law related questions as I can. Please join us then. And then the beat goes on. The beat goes on. So tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. Peace out, everybody. Thanks, Huli.